It's loading. We are online now. Hello, guys. Hello, Chris. We are here for a new English immersion here in the platform Talk and Talk. For people who follow us on YouTube, I'm going to explain you briefly how it works. So, Talk and Talk is a platform of languages where you can practice and you can learn new languages such as English, Spanish, Italian, French, and others. Something so specific about this platform is that we don't have a teacher here, so it is an important disclaimer. I am not an English teacher. I work in a different field in different sector. I'm here just as a student as well, but I have to lead or guide the conversation. So the way that it works as well is that we can bring up a different topic, think question about this topic, and we try to create a real conversation in English. We try to do it 100% in English because that's the main idea. And that's it. We try to not correct each other. I think it's the best way to practice any language because with that we can lose that fear of speaking in public or perhaps with other people in another language. So that's it, a little bit about this platform. So today we are going to we are going to talk about the impact of overtime work. And let's move on to the question number one. So, Chris, could you read the first question and try to answer it, please?
Okay. How does working overtime affect employee productive in the long run? I think it's for a long long time. It's really not good because people tired in the body, in the mental, and they sometimes prefer to out than stay and continues work. And sometimes this overtime is not making more money, and the person think, if I'm in time for a long time, a long, and it's not return to me more money, I prefer to out and find something better than this. I see this, and I think this too.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Chris. I believe that working overtime for many times, I think that it can be detrimental for not just for your body as well for your mental health. In my personal opinion, I think that it's the when you feel mentally tired is worse than feeling physically tired. I don't know why, but in my personal opinion, it's worse. Another thing that can happen, I know that there are some people who pursue money, pursue wealth. It's it's something important because I think that every person has a different context. Perhaps one person has to work, has to have two or three different jobs just because they need to support their families. So in that case, there is no way. It's impossible to try to find like a work-life balance. But for those who perhaps has the opportunity to create that balance, I think, and they are just pursuing wealth instead of a healthy life. I think that they should consider or analyze better what will be the consequence of doing that. Because working so much, I think that giving so much pressure to your brain, to your mind, even for your body, because there are. I think that most of the jobs require physical effort. Obviously, in the future, the consequence will be we won't be good. I think that even you can face the famous burnout that it's a term so current, so common nowadays. Yeah, and the productivity obviously will decrease if you continue maintaining this kind of routine, working overtime. I'm not sure if that happens frequently in your current job. Do you know, do you usually work overtime in your current position?
The company I'm staying nowadays not, but the first and secondly companies I passed, yes, I can work on Saturday, something like this. And the week I stay for a long, like 9 p.m., something like this. And it's really hard and tired too.
Did you got paid for these extra hours that you did, or they just brought some pizzas?
Sometimes not. The first company I remember, no. They pay just a Uber, something like this. And the second company, yes, paid for this overtime.
Yeah, that's something that we unfortunately something normal. So let's move on to the question number two. Thank you so much, Chris. And I'm gonna read the second one. What are the potential health risks associated with excessive overtime work? I already mentioned some of them. I think that burnout is one of them. Another one I could mention is I think that obviously if you work overtime, you won't rest well. So I think that your body won't rest adequately for doing different things. There will be a point of your life that your body will feel so tired, and at that time you won't be able to work at all. So I think that's one important point. I think for us who work in with IT in front of our desk, I think that we can have some. We are propense. I forgot how to say that. Perhaps we could get some illness or we can damage our eyes because we are almost all the time from the desk, and as well the position that we sit. I think that we can damage uh, our muscles can be harmful, harmed, can be harmed because the position that we stayed for a long time. So it's something that I could mention. What do you think about it?
I think I agree with all you said about the mental health and body too, health of body too. And yeah, I think stress is more like sensitive in this person. I see the person working a lot and for a long time. A little thing like it's like a bomb for this person to and if you see, the point is not with this little thing, but in the a lot of I don't know, feelings and tired inside the body, and it really it's really sad too because the people don't see this. I know we are obligations, but sometimes it's really how can I say, really important to to stop and to watch your life, your all life, and the people around you, your family too. If you try to better your family or better the people around when you in your company, your colleagues like this. How can I say? Uh, Always see this in my life because it's really important. Because if you, when you, I don't know, feel sick, your family take care about of you, help you to be, treat you, and it's really important too. I see this, the stress, I don't know, the body too.
Mhm.
When my first company I passed, I talked with a colleague, and this colleague went a long time don't visit a doctor. check up, something like this. When this my colleague go and it detects a lot of things to track in your body, and oh my God, it's really really serious for you, and that's it.
Unfortunately, we are like that. I am the kind of person as well who don't like to check up. Fortunately, the last checkup that we did with my wife 2 years ago, I'm sure that we have to do one more this year. Everything was under control, so I was so happy for that. But it's important to do that kind of checkups every year. Have you ever felt that have you ever faced those kind of high levels of stress because of your work, because of your job?
I watched it myself in the first company, because it's I'm working like a support, and the week is very stressful all the time. And this time I'm in college too, the finish college, and they imagine all the stressful. And when my parents talk with me, I think when I said the little thing explode, it's happened with me, and it's not good. When I see, oh my God, I hurt people I love, and it's not good.
Yeah, that's not good. Thank you so much for sharing your experience, Chris. So let's move on to the question number three. How does overtime impact work-life balance and personal relationship? So I would say that it can impact totally, because obviously if you don't have time for being with your family, with your friends, because you are all the time working, you would lose that relation, for example, with your family in first point, for example. I know people or friends who has to work so extra hours, and when they get back to home, their children are already sleeping, so they don't have that interaction with them. They don't have that relationship with them, and when they grow up in that way, there is a point in their lives that the children don't depend of the parents or the father in this case, like they created that dependency with the mother, because the mother was more present for them. And unfortunately, it doesn't happen just for fathers or one parent in the family. There are sometimes that both parents are working, and they hire someone who take care of their children. So I think that it can affect negatively the relationship with them. And obviously, in the first years when that kid is growing, the negative effect won't will rise, or you won't perceive those negative impacts that have caused. You will see that when they grow up, and they will get like 15, 16 years old, when they get teenagers. That's the I think the worst part, and so they will realize that perhaps those decisions were not the best. I don't know, what do you think about it?
Yes, impact when you don't have propose. I think so. Propose. It's really hard to, because when you work a lot, you have a focus, a goal uh, to do. I think a conversation it's really important, but all the balance it's really good to see. Sometimes focus just in the job is not good, but if I don't know, this percent of the balance broke, something like this, or I don't know, past the limit, I think so. It's really not really, but it's generation, something like this. Generation, not. I think born. I think so. The fight is not conversation, not person near like company, some company de companhia. I think see it too. It's not good. Yeah, I think if you have a goal, and it's really important to conversation. If you not put the limit, you lost people. The people in this person, the people person, imports to you the person in your life. Sometimes if you focus on your career, in your career, something like this. Life, I don't know. Uh, put, I think put out the person don't like you for the how can I say really? I think assim truly. And I think and I say thanks God for this because it's not good for me. And I continues follow my way, something like this. But the balance is really important for work life and the relationships.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you, Chris, and really appreciate your contribution. Let's move on to the next question. I'm gonna read it and then you will answer it, okay? So it's a interesting one. Should companies offer additional benefits for employees who work overtime? Why or why not? What do you think?
I think it depends. If this company is a good company, I think see the see you the company see you like oh this employee is a precious for my company something like this. Oh, I will give more money or benefits. I don't know. I will ask him or her if you what they want. I think so. Her or him want, and I think it depends. But if it's a good company, oh my God, you like a good place. Oh, so like a father and mother or a grandmother take care of you, and I think this.
Thank you so much. I'm not sure about the law here in Brazil, but I think that here, if you work overtime, you had to get paid for that extra hours that you did. I'm not sure if it's like that, but I heard about it that you should be paid even more your salary, not your salary, but these hours that you did should be paid more than your current salary. I'm not sure if that's true, but at least for me, I don't work overtime frequently in my current position, so it's something that I don't complain at all. Sometimes only when there's important releases, important activities that we have to do, yeah, they ask us for continuing working, but as well they are kind of flexible. For example, if I have to go to the doctor or have to the dentist, something, they as well don't have any problems to let me go over there. So that's why I think that's about a good balance that I have currently in my job. But in my personal opinion, yeah, company or the company should offer different benefits for those who work overtime, uh, and not just a pizza, because I think that the pay should be in cash or in something in money, not in pizza or in something like that. That's it. Let's move on to the question number 5. What strategies can employers use to minimize the need of overtime while maintaining productivity? I'm gonna talk about our field. I think that if companies hire or get a professional support by people who know more about, in this case, um, agile ability. I'm not sure if that's a word. How to work agile in IT area. I think that with that we can find good results, and it can impact positively the production of the teams. I think that as well, making the managers or the most important uh, yeah, the managers, scrum master in the company, making them learn about the how to use Kanban and different resources can uh, can rise the productivity in the company. And with that, I think that it wouldn't be necessary to work overtime because with those techniques, with those strategies, you can predict the future, and you can not obviously is 100% you can predict, but at least you have some idea how much time you will spend doing different feature or solving different bug. But I think that those kind of technique in our area nowadays is so are so useful. Um, and that's it. What do you think about it?
Hmm, interesting. I think depends the company. I see how can I say, the greatest problem is don't know about the important thing to do. All things happen to appear is very I don't know in English. I think an important thing, but in Portuguese is prioridade. Prioritize, I think so. Prioritize. Oh my God, I see this all the time in all the companies. It's really hard to stay, to stop and look the board, the dashboard, and analyze all the tasks or I don't know how the people work with this. And sometimes little things not important. And I don't know, the last topic in the list is it's yes, the good one important thing. But I don't know, the time of this sprint, time is over. But the last topic in the list is the real important. And oh my gosh, it's really hard. Manage this is really hard. I see this. And they all I think all not, but the good part of the companies have this problem. I don't know. And why.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you pass for companies and I don't know, find the guy to give responsible for not working, not good in the sprint. I don't know if you pass for some company with this attitude. I don't know.
I don't think so. I never faced this kind of difficulties so
Yes,
far.
yes, it's really hard.
Thanks so much, Chris. Thanks so much. So let's move on to the question number 6. I'm not sure if you have some opinions about it, but let's try to answer this one. How do labor laws regulate overtime work in different countries? I'm gonna start with that. I'm not sure because well, Brazil is not my country, but I didn't know so much about Laos, even in Bolivia, even more here in Brazil. I don't know so much. I think there are some differences, but I'm not sure if it's different. Obviously, it will be different in other countries, but I don't know what is different. So, do you have any idea, perhaps? Or perhaps you heard about a different law in another place that a friend told you that was kind of different, like here in Brazil?
No, I don't have idea. No, no.
Okay, it's okay. Me neither. So let's move on to the question number 7. What are the physiological effects of prolonged overtime on employees? What do you think about it, Chris?
Mm. Sometimes people disinvolved develop, I think so, disinvolve some anxious, I don't know in English, síndrome do pânico, something like this. Fears, some body shake. I don't know. I don't know in English. Espasmo. And another things I didn't remember now, but I see some people with this, and it's take a long time to return to normal life, and depends the therapy, I don't know, physiotherapy, like this, and it's hard to.
Yeah, I believe that one of the principles is stress, as you said, anxiety as well. Uh, Another one that you mentioned that is important is the lack of resting well. I read some researches about it, and those researchers said that if you don't rest or if you don't sleep properly, you lose hours of your future life, of your lifetime. So you won't will live the time that you should because you are not resting well. And I'm sure it's not just about the way that you rest or how many hours you sleep, as well the way that you fit your body or exercise that you do. But I think that resting in a bad way, it has negative impacts, really bad negative impacts for your future life. um Let me see what else. And as you said, I think that you like disconfigure your body because our body is like configured for resting as for resting a quantity of hours every day. When you change it, obviously your body get used to do it, but then to get back to the like a normal time of hours of rest that you need, I think that you will take some time. That happened to my mother who works in Europe. The time zone in Europe is kind of different. They are so contrary that we have here in South America. So when we were here in morning for my mother, it was already afternoon or even night. So when she came back to Bolivia, she took some months to her body to get used to the normal or to the time in Bolivia here in South America. So I think it can happen as well for those who work so much or who lose hours of sleep. Yeah, that's it. I think that those are some effects that we can mention. Let's move on to the question number 8. I'm gonna read it and you will answer it, okay? So, how does overtime affect team dynamics and workplace morale? What do you think?
Hmm. It's a interesting question about the team. Oh, some always in this case, I think so. I will um how can I say start with this one. In this case, the stressful look place like this, don't overtime to work. You know, the really, I don't know, the people, the really way, I think so. And it's really, really interesting because sometimes in these times, not sometimes, these times, people like stressful, the person is more stressful. The people angry too. People prefer to don't see the problems, don't see, no, I want to focus on solution. All the teams, the person, this team. And I think you see this. And I think can you can see the real person, each person, um, the team. I think so.
Yeah. Let me see here. about the dynamic, I think that when you are not like willing to work overtime, but you have to do it because it's your job and you need the money, I think that it can create something like let me see what word I can use, like hard feelings for your company, and perhaps you won't feel like really encouraged to do a good work, because at least for me, when I have to work overtime so many times, I get angry in something. When you get angry, obviously you won't do your best. You normally do your best when you feel in a good work environment, when they treat you well. But obviously, I think that nobody here likes to work overtime. So I think that it can affect as well the dynamic of your team. Perhaps you won't answer one email, or your colleague, or your scrum master, or the manager in like with a smile. I think that your behavior will be a little bit different, because you are not in a good mood because of your working overtime. So I think that it can change. It can change as well your relationship with your coworkers. It's something that can happen. So yeah, it can happen as well. So thank you so much again, Chris. Let's move on to the eighth one. How does overtime affect? No, it's the ninth one. We already answered the eighth one. So the question number nine: In what industries is overtime most common, and why? I don't know. I don't really know. I'm gonna still. Well, I'm gonna keep talking about our industry, that is software development. I think that it's becoming kind of normal or common, because as you said, it's difficult to predict or organize all of the things and make the time fit is exactly the time that you have to release your version. So it's kind of becoming. I think that I saw a lot of memes about it on the internet, where people has to work overtime, and the manager said, "Oh, the pizzas are here. It means that you will have to work overtime." Let me see what else. Mm, I'm not sure about other industries, or at least at this time I can't remember. But I think in our it's becoming normal. What do you think about it?
The industry, I'm not sure, but if I don't know the function, the area, a manager, the person who is manager is work a lot, and uh, make more overtime overtime at work. I see all the companies I pass, I observe, watch this. And the owner. Sometimes owner not, but
The owner.
depends the depends the time. I think so.
I was thinking about education. For example, teachers. They have to work in the schools, but when they need to check the exams, or the essays, or the task, or the homework that they gave to the students, they don't get paid for that time that they spend in their houses. So they are normally doing working overtime, and it's something that became normal. Because schools don't say, okay, you will spend some time doing this, I will pay you for that. They give it for granted that it's their responsibilities. So perhaps it's a good example. Okay, let's move on to the last question. So our immersion was kind of short, because we were just you and I. So let's move on. Can you read the last one and try to answer it, please?
What are the financial advantages and the disadvantages of working overtime for employees? Hmm, it's really, really interesting. I see when you start or restarting in the company, you always you always necessary to work and I don't know, have your own all yourself all self money too, and it's necessary for all world something like this. And about financial advances, it's really interesting. I will example like TI area. If you like I don't know in English, plano developer. If you don't know to take your work or vacancy, I think so, like a vacancy um, in a company, you try to junior position, something like this. It's you all of course you not I don't know receive the money like the salary plano salary, but you need a job and you how can I say you hold on for a time, short time, a long time, you don't know. It's secondly your goals, your planner too. But like you were saying, you take a plan or something like this. I don't think you understand. But I think I think it depends the plan and the situation, the life too. Not depend. I see not the plan, just the planner. I think so. You do, but the situation, the life. If your friend, like a networking, a colleague or a friend. Hey, I know a job for you, but I don't know if you like. No, no, I will like. I need this job. Yes, and make your plan too. I think so. I think this actually. I don't know. What about you, Chris? What do you think?
I was thinking about the disadvantages. I'm not sure if there is some disadvantages of working. That depending of the company. If you don't get paid for that, obviously there will be disadvantages because your salary will be the same. But if you get paid for that work, the financial advantages are that you will have more money to save or perhaps to spend with your family or for buying something that you like it, or perhaps for saving for for a car, for a house. I know for people who work here in Brazil, CLT, in the mall CLT, and apart that they have another job and they work remotely for another country. I don't know how they are physically or mentally, but at least I know that they are really well economically. You know, having two jobs, two works in IT area, I think it would be really exhausting personally, but you will have a lot. You will earn a lot of money. So I think the only disadvantage is that financially, if you don't get paid, it's because you are wasting your time and they are not paying you for that. But apart that, I think that besides that, I think that there are not disadvantages in a financial context for employees. Um, Let me see what else. I think that's it from me, from my view. I think yeah, we finish our today's questions. It's we have still 14 minutes. Let's talk about our experience that we're gonna leverage this time. So, Chris, how was it for you? How was the immersion for you? If you learned something new, perhaps, or how do you find this topic, for example? Go ahead.
I like so much, and I in this situation. I perceive myself more vocabulary to describe something, and I can learn something, some words you said to describe a situation, something like this. It's good. I perceive. Oh my God! I learned it today with you about describing word vocabulary, and then I see and I gotcha with my ear, and after I will search more. And I liked our conversation. I could remember some situation I passed until really good, and try to describe the situation in English. Because describing in Portuguese is really easy to me, and I can talk a lot. But in English, oh my God, my mind is thinking about how can I say this word in English, this situation in English. It's really a challenge.
Yeah, I can feel you. It's so challenging because firstly you need to find a way to express yourself, and then throughout all of those words, it's not like your mother tongue that it's something automatic, and the words come automatically. So yeah, I can feel you. I am really happy to know that you learned some vocabulary, some new words from me, because I think that for me nowadays it's so tricky to try to use new vocabulary. I learn vocabulary, but when I start talking, I think that my mind start going to like the words that I normally use, and it's difficult to me to use other words, other vocabulary. So I am trying to do that because it's so important for me nowadays. So it's good to know as well. Everybody here is learn something. So every time that I come here, well, I learn something new from all of the people who participate on our immersion. And that's it for today. I think we can finish because we already finished the questions. I hope you enjoyed it, and I wish you a wonderful weekend, and I hope to see you in my next immersion the next Friday. We will be talking about, let me remember, I do not remember. Let me see here. I'm gonna spoil you. The power of resilience. I think is a good topic to talk about. So I hope to see you there. And that's it. See you later, and bye bye.
Bye bye.